did a thing. I bought all the hardware for a Split Top Roubo workbench. I've been wanting this for quite a while. I don't remember how long. Let's just call it a year because I don't know if you can even see me. Can you see me? Hi. Here, I'll do this. There you go. So I've been wanting one of these for quite a while, and I'm calling it a year because it feels like a long time. It feels like at least a year. I mean, to be fair, I've wanted this type of workbench, a traditional woodworking bench with dog holes and all the cool vices and everything. I wanted one of those for a long, long time, but only in the last year or so has my dream of that become very specific, from seeing lots of YouTube videos of people building them and having them and using them and everything. And I've seen lots of different styles, lots of different methods. I've seen the versions where that people made out of southern yellow pine because their goal was to make one of these type of workbenches as cheaply as possible. And I've seen some where they took this hardware, which is very expensive and high quality, and done that same thing. They've put it on like get it using the cheapest wood possible to cut costs. And then I've seen some that have been made out of probably $1,500 worth of wood, and then another spending the money on this hardware, and they've made an incredibly beautiful piece of art that is also functional. That's probably what I'm gonna go for. Maybe not $1,500 worth of wood, but I am gonna go for I mean, it's going to be a workbench. It's going to be a working workbench. Obviously, it's not going to sit there. But anyway, I'm going to be, I'm going to use maple for the top, and I'm not sure what my secondary wood will be. A lot of people just, go all maple for everything, but I definitely want it to be pretty. I want there's a leg vise that is a vise that goes from the surface all the way to the floor, and hence all this hardware, because that's the majority of this hardware is because of that. And the big part of the vise that moves in and out is called the chop, and some people just make them nice looking, a nice shape or something, and that's all they do. And some people decorate them really ornately and everything, and which is probably what I'm going to do, because I'm into that. I like inlay. I like doing scroll work. I like using multiple media. That I might have metal, I might have stone, I might have leather. I'm probably going to go a little crazy with this thing, while still trying to keep it elegant and cohesive, in sort of a one idea. I'm not just going to plaster it with graffiti, or something like that. But so, because I had the money now, and because I didn't want to wait and get in a situation where I have to be frugal and this gets put off and put off and put off for a year or 2 years or more or something like that, I had the money now, and the hardware package is probably the most expensive thing, depending on how crazy I go with the wood. But it's probably at least half of the expense, in a reason. I think I can reasonably say that. And so I just thought, and I knew it wasn't going to take up a lot of space. It's heavy, but it doesn't take up a lot of space or anything. And so I thought, I'm just going to buy that now and get that out of the way so that I have it. And then when I'm ready, when I'm ready to start the build, I'll go find the wood. So I just got it. It literally was just delivered like 15 minutes ago, and I thought, maybe I started to open it up, and I opened up the top box and I started looking at it, and then I was like, wait a minute, I should do an unboxing video. Duh. I'm I don't like calling myself a content creator because it's so cliche and everything, but I guess that's what I am. I mean, I guess, you know, that's what I'm doing here is making woodworking videos and making drum videos and videos where I ride my motorcycle and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I know my channel is kind of all over the place, and but woodworking I think is probably the thing that I do the most of. Um, so anyway, you know, it's an opportunity for content. So here I go. So hopefully I can build this and, you know, use it for 20 years or so, and then maybe, you know, pass it on to either my son or somebody that's really going to use it and want it, because it, as long as I make it correctly, it's something that could easily last 100 years and be, you know, very useful to someone who enjoys woodworking. So anyway, here we go. You're just gonna have to listen to my voice for this part because the camera's pointed at the box. So, and you know, I got a bunch of crap in here. I didn't really like prepare for this and clean up the room, so just pardon all the junk. This is the Glide. It is version C. This is made by Benchcrafted, by the way. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. So here's some hardware, small pieces. This is like this right here and this right here. These are the pieces that the, you know, the vice screw kind of goes in and out of. Here's, you know, lots of bolts and spacers and another piece that I think this goes on the outside. Yeah, I think this goes on the outside, like on the chop, and pretty sure that's the case. So there's that. This is the screw. It's quite a big screw. These are the handles that go on the wheel, which I will probably use initially, but I'm going to make my own to make it prettier and fancier. Oh my gosh, and this is the wheel. This thing has to weigh like 10 pounds by itself. Good Lord. This thing is really heavy. It's a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. Man, yeah, that's easily 10 pounds by itself. It might be more. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got the Benchcrafted logo right in the middle, and it's just a big, heavy, freaking steel wheel that you turn to make the vise go in and out. One of the vices. This actually is the hardware for two vices, but the main one. And this is called Crubber. It's like cork and rubber mixed or something like that. And it's what goes, so you put it on the face of the bench and then the face of the chop, and they go together so that when you you know, put something in your vise or whatever, it doesn't damage it at all. Well, these are great big lag screws. I'm not entirely sure where they go. I think they go in the tail vise or something, but anyway, it's more hardware. Packing material, tail vise hardware. Also version C. Ooh, and also more Crubber. Alright, so there's another wheel. This one is smaller, and the little handle thing goes on the front like that, like the old pickup truck steering wheels. Lots of hardware. There's the handle, screws, washers, implements of destruction. Not entirely sure what that is, but obviously the screw goes through it. So it's part of that package there. This is Another plate of metal for something. Oh, yeah, these are the rails. Wow, man, this is like the real deal. This is like heavy steel stuff. These are the rails that I believe go like this, and I believe this plate, yeah, slides, so the tail vise slides through them, you know, like that. All right, and here's the screw for the tail vise and barrel nut kit. I'm sure I'll find out where those go, but I know that they have to do with both of the vices, obviously. These are the plans, which apparently are really big, like 24 by 30 poster size exploded drawings of the whole bench. And that's part of the deal. They give you plans on how to build not only how to put these vices in a bench, but how to build the bench. They tell you the whole thing from beginning to finish so that you can build the entire bench and fit this hardware into it. So that'll be interesting. And then this is the crisscross hardware for the leg vise. And perhaps somewhere in here I will include a little portion of a video of one of these vices working so that you can see what it does and how it works. Little hardware bag. These are called wear plates. They're steel plates that get mounted inside so that the ends of these things can rub against them and it doesn't wear away wood that it would be coming in contact with if those wear plates weren't there. Holy crap, these things are massive. So they go like this, I think. Nope, I think they go like this. Yeah, there we go. They go like this, and there's a pin that goes through the middle, and that's how and then these things, like this will be here, and this will be mounted inside either the leg or the chop, and there's a pin that goes through there and allows it to rotate on that. And so when the vise comes out, like when it's closed, it's like this, but when the vise comes out, it goes like this. So I think it's going to be a very worthwhile investment. In fact, this project that I'm working on is a perfect example. I'm having to plane down the shelf material. But if you've seen any of my YouTube shorts or Facebook reels, just recently in the last few days, you know, I'm making these shelf pieces. On every one of them, I need to, you know, plane down the surface of it to get it to flush with, you know, the framework. And it, you know, it takes a few minutes. And in my, you know, not dissing the vise that I have, because it's served me well for many years, but I put it in there. The jaws, you know, are kind of like this. They're not parallel with each other, and so I have to, you know, I fight with that because it's not gripping it as well as it could be. And I'm planing the face of a board, and so the board's in the vise like this, and the vise is grabbing it, and it's only got, you know, the thickness of the board, which is, I think it's 5/8, and then half of that board, or at least, you know, a part of it, like a 1/4 inch, has to be above the surface of the vise because I got to be able to run the hand plane across the top of it. And so it's actually only grabbing onto about a 1/4 inch or 3/8 of the board on the edge, and the jaws aren't even, you know, totally parallel to each other. And so, you know, it's kind of iffy at best. And while I've been doing this, I've been having to do it to all these, you know, pieces. Every time I'm doing it, I'm like, man, if I had a real woodworking bench, this wouldn't be so difficult, you know, because it, you know, it grabs these pieces. You use the little bench dogs and you put them in between there, and you crank down a vise on it, and it stays where it's supposed to stay. It's, you know, you grab onto it, and you probably move the bench, the 500-pound bench, before you would move, you know, the piece out of the vise. And you know, and it's completely free around the top, so that you can plane the face down, as you know, as much as you need to. And that's just one aspect. It does so many different things, and has so many different, you know, ways to hold a workpiece and keep it still while you're, you know, while you're working on it with hand tools, or even, you know, power tools, depending on what it is. But it's, you know, for the type of woodworking that I have been getting into, which is, you know, I've become kind of a hybrid woodworker. That's hybrid, meaning partially hand tools, partially power tools. um, it's going to be a really nice addition, and a nice tool. It really is a tool itself. It's going to be a nice tool itself, but I'm also going to make it beautiful, because I can't resist doing that. That's just who I am. Deal with it. So anyway, I'm going to put all this stuff back in a box, and I'm going to put that box on a shelf, or, you know, somewhere where it's going to be safe. Okay, well anyway, I just thought I'd say hi and show you the cool new hardware stuff that I got, that is going to go back in a box and probably not be used for several months. But it's an unboxing video, and it all looks to be in order, and it all looks to be very high quality stuff, and I can't wait to use it. Yeah. All right, thanks you guys. Hope you have a good day.